Hello everyone, today we're going to be picking the ABUS Plus using the Discombobulator. For those who don't know, the Discombobulator is my detainer pick. They're all made here in Norway by me and they're available on the opsisec.com/Discombobulator website. The newer version of the Discombobulator uses a tip geometry that's not seen anywhere else. I'm going to go over a bit of a theoretical concept that we're using when we're picking. This is a crude approximation of how an ABUS Plus disc looks like. It's not by any means accurate, and it doesn't have to be. These are the false gates. You can see that they are significantly thinner than the true gate, which is a lot wider and a lot deeper. The depth we cannot actually feel when we're picking the lock, but by jiggling the lock, moving it forwards and backwards, you can feel the width of the gate. And that is how we're going to be picking this lock. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put it down in a vise and tighten it up. From here, we can insert the Discombobulator. And the profiling of the Discombobulator tips will perfectly fit the ABUS Plus. It should be noted that the ABUS Plus is the same core that is used in the ABUS Granite series. So this locking cylinder here is the same one that's used in the black padlocks. Let's go ahead and get to picking. Before we get started, we need to pick the butterfly disc. It is at position number 2 on the handle, and all we do is move it forward until we can feel a click. From here, we can go ahead and get started with the picking process. So I'm going to go to the third indentation on the handle, which is the first keyed disc. I'm going to move it forward until I can feel a click. There we go, we're at the click. And now we can wiggle the handle a tiny bit, but not too much. So let's go ahead and move it forward to the next position. Here you can see there is a significantly higher amount of wiggle. It may not be too visually visible, but you can definitely feel it. The true gates are about 30% wider than the false gates. Going to move forward to the next position. We're getting that good bit of wiggle at the first gate, so that's probably the correct one. It should be noted that on the first pass, we're more interested in putting everything in a gate rather than the true gate, as we need to continue on progressing to open the lock. We're now at the third disc. First one is feeling false. Second one, I'm not too sure on. And leave it at the second one just for now. Going over to the fourth disc. First one feels false. Second one feels false. Last one feels true. Probably the last one. At the fifth disc, not getting too much feedback. I'm just going to find a spot where it has a bit of resistance. It sort of feels like you're moving it over an edge. And I'm just going to leave it right there. This is the last one. I'm not feeling anything on this one. So I'm going to touch the second last disc. I believe these two are in a gate. So we're at the first key disc. Just testing it. We're getting a good bit of wiggle there, so this is likely still in its true gate. Second disc, good bit of wiggle, a bit more than the first one. On disc number 4, I'm getting about the same amount of wiggle in the first one and the last one. And typically with these ABUS Plus locks, the last position, if true, still tends to wiggle a bit less, because the discs are actually limited in rotation by the core. So my bets are on that the last one is the true gate. I'm going to go to the fourth position, which was rotated all the way forward. Counter rotate, and nothing. And something that's important now is to try and realize the kind of feedback that we're getting. So the tensioner, as I'm tensioning the fourth disc, I'm counter rotating the tensioner. Let me see if I can show you guys that a little bit better. Counter rotating the tensioner, and it is feeling a bit grindy. So that likely means that the discs at the end are in their false gates. So let's retension, and let's go back to the last disc. Last one is correct. Second one is correct now. Counter rotate, and we're open. Easy as that. A bit of trial and error there at the two last discs, as it usually is, but it is very reliable once you know what you're feeling for. So that is how to open the ABUS Plus cylinder. I thank you very much for watching. If you did learn anything, I'm very glad to be of help. Do note that all of the things that I'm teaching do apply for most types of this detainer lock picking, but they are optimized for the Discombobulator. So if you do like what I'm doing, and if you want to get your hands on one of these, they are currently at a reduced price right now at opposite.com, so feel free to pick one up. They have free shipping internationally and a lifetime warranty. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.